Hello, my name is Alice Trindle, and welcome to another Tip for the Ride. Today we're going to talk a bit about liberty work, working with your horse with no strings attached. This kind of liberty work is wonderful for being able to get in touch with your horse and become a better partner through attaching to their eyes and their ears. In other words, getting their attention through their mind, and that translates right back down to those feet. Everything we do here should be mindful, not mindless, about the kinds of things that we're going to be asking the horse to do on board. I'd love to be able to have that kind of feel for and with my horse, so that when I made a suggestion, whether it just be a breath and a picture in my mind, that they could follow that, whether I'm here on the ground or up on board. Today I'm employing my friend here, Allegra. Allegra is about a 10-year-old mare that is half Lusitano and half quarter horse. She really hasn't had much work this summer, and so this will be a great example of showing you what it might look like when you go out and do some of your liberty work at first. Now, a few things before I get started. I want to make sure that I have a facility that is safe. So here in our arena, I'm pretty sure that I don't have any nails sticking out, any sharp edges that could cause a problem. I also know that I think I can bring her mind back to me. I don't want to set it up in a situation, at least to begin with, where I don't have some pretty good confines here, that if she got a little bit scared and lost her confidence, that I'd lose her out over a small fence and then things might not go so well. So let's get started. Before I begin, I want to just remind everyone that everything we do here on the ground should relate to what we're doing up in the saddle. It's important as I go out to ride, whether it's just from point A to point B, that I have a clear lesson plan in my mind. What am I looking for with the horse? What's the rhythm that I'm looking for? Where is their attention? Where are their eyes and their ears? How am I relating back down to those feet? So with the liberty work, this is no difference. First thing I'm going to look for here as I set this up in kind of a round pen kind of a posture is to look for a flow, to see if I can begin to get her eyes and her ears to pay attention to me. Is she connected to me? Do I have her on a telephone line so that we could talk to each other just a little bit? As I start off here, I'll see that clear picture of what I'm asking for her to do, and then start to look for eyes and ears to give me a good idea that she actually is paying attention to me. So let's start her off here to the right, and I'll get out and kind of get in front of her a little bit. I'll take a deep breath to begin with. I'm going to see her tip her nose to my right, to her left, lift up her left front foot, and then depart off here around me to the right. So let's see if I could see that. First I have to become present, make sure that I'm here, see that in my mind's eye, make sure that I'm breathing. She's already telling me a little bit that she's got a little bit more attention going off there to her right than she does giving it to me. So I'm going to see if I could bring that over here just a little bit. There we go. And I'll tip her nose, lift that front foot, and send her off here. In my mind's eye, I'm just seeing that I am the hub of a wheel. My energy pushes that elbow up and around. It kind of goes through my stirrup, up and around to push the elbow. If I were to bring my whip out, you could see that the energy is the spoke of that wheel. She is the rim, I'm the middle, and here's the spoke going out to drive that forward. I want to stay engaged with this, just as if I had my lunge line on or my lead rope on. You can see that I have her inside eye and her inside ear, but her outside ear is still kind of searching there just a little bit. So I'm going to just play here to see if I can continue with this flow around me and see if I could draw on that inside eye, cross that inside hip, and have her square up here to me. Good. Excellent. You probably lost me there. She's a pretty big horse. Can you see I don't have her full attention? If I did, I'd get those eyes back over here right away. That's better. That's better. Yeah, excellent. Nice. First thing I look for is, do I have their attention, their eyes and their ears? Then I'm going to start looking for a flow around me. Let's see if I can try this on the other side of the horse, always remembering that horse A and horse B, horse on the left, horse on the right, might be quite different. I'll tip her nose there to the right, ask her to lift up her right front foot. Very nice. Good. And then pick up my positioning here to drive her on forward. Again, I'm the center of the wheel, she's the rim, and I'll send my energy out there. I think I have a pretty good idea now that she's given me a pretty good attention. I'll drive her on up here a little and begin to work on my second step of liberty work. That would be transitions. Transitions could be change of direction, they could be change of gait, they could be change of the pace of the gait within the walk, within the trot, within the canter. So I'm going to see if I could just tip her up here into a trot. I'm going to hear that in my mind's eye and send her on up. Now the dog's helping us over there just a little bit, taking away her eyes and her ears. So we'll work at this just a little bit to get her attention to come back to me and give me her eyes and her ears rather than the dog over there. Nice. Good. I'm going to reach in and do a downward transition with her here by just pretending I have a string on her inside eye, and I'll lift up with my lunge whip here on the stirrup and ask for that downward transition. That was very nice. And you see she's kind of liking it too. She gave me a nice both eyes, both ears, although the dog's winning out again a little bit, licking her lips. Very good. Let's do a transition off here to the right, to my right at least. I'm going to tip her nose to the left to begin with. Lift up her left front foot. Now pick up my positioning here as the center of that wheel. I'll look for a rhythmic walk. Left hind, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hear in my mind's eye now a trot and see it in my mind's eye. I want a nice working trot. So I'll ride her up into that. Breathe and trot. Up, 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 up. Didn't quite keep the rhythm. Up, 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 up. See if I can bring that down to a walk. Hold on her eye, lift on the rib cage, ask her to carry that forward. I'll stay with her here till she wants to bring her mind back to me. And we can come back down here where I've asked her to work. She's still thinking more about the dog than she is me. Thank you. She's back a little bit. Good. Carry that forward, please. Thank you. Nope, stay with me. Hold on the eye, lift on the stirrup. Good. Excellent. I'm going to draw her in and cross those hindquarters and ask her to pay attention to me here. Good. Right here, please. Thank you. Good. Very nice. Good. Let's send her off one more time. Again, if I were on board, I would take a deep breath. I would think about tipping that right front foot or nose to the right, lift up her right front foot. As we departed out, I'd caress with my left leg and ride her on this circle. I want to see if I can get that exact kind of feeling here on the ground. Tip her nose first, out there to the left. There it is. Lift up that, no, that's not quite it. I'd like to have that nose stay tipped out here just a little bit longer. So I'm going to work at that just here a second. There. Thank you. Good. Now depart on off. If I accept good enough, then pretty soon only my work will be good enough. I want my work to be brilliant. And where I haven't been working with her too much this year, we're not quite completely connected. The dog is kind of winning out on a little bit here. I need to be very aware of the requests that I'm making of her for her to stay with me. Very nice. Good. If I go off over here, she should keep her attention to me. But she's still pretty concerned about the dog. We'll see if I can get that. There we go. She says, nope, you're just not quite important enough to me, Alice. Thank you. Good. Give me this other eye. Give me your right eye, please. Give me your right eye. Thank you. Now we'll walk off over here. Good. Give me your right eye. Cross your right hip underneath. Thank you. Very good. Excellent. Good. Now let's depart off. Good. Excellent. Forward, forward, and sideways. Good. Give me your left eye. Cross your left hip underneath, please. Thank you. Very good. You'll notice that I try to keep really good body posture in myself. No sneaking around, just keeping my balance where I want it to be when I'm up in the saddle. The slightest suggestion, set it up, wait for her to get, that's the right idea. That's the magic. Being able to reward just before the horse is about to do exactly what you saw in your mind's eye. And then they think, that was my idea. It was a pretty good idea all along. That's how we build that wonderful partnership. There's so much more that we can do with our liberty work. This is just the beginning. This is kind of in a round pen type of posture. In future tips for the ride, we'll show you how you can do so many other kinds of things, like square penning, haunches in, shoulder in, beautiful canter departs, all with an imaginary string. Again, thanks for your time, and I hope to see you again in the future for another tip for the ride.